Hello, my name is Maya Lee. Welcome to my SEL Skill Presentation. So for my presentation, I decided to focus on relationship skills, specifically my skill being leadership in groups. So as defined by Castle, relationship skills are the ability to establish and maintain healthy and supportive relationships to effectively navigate settings with diverse individuals and groups. So, for leadership in groups, which is under the relationship skills area, this basically just surrounds being able to take charge and effectively lead a group of people. As with a group of people, there's a lot of different perspectives, backgrounds coming in together. So, just being able to allow for being able to facilitate a group, which also comes with having the confidence needed in order to do so, and also being able to solve problems effectively, as problems may arise within the group. So overall, why is leadership important? What does it do? So basically, leadership is a very powerful tool for basically everyone, as it helps you to build confidence in yourself and your abilities. It also challenges students to take on more responsibility, especially responsibility that's even outside of themselves, as if they're managing a group, they're also in charge of other people. And it can also help people come up with creative ways to solve problems. So there isn't always just one set way to solve something. You can look at it from different perspectives and different angles, and this helps to promote that growth. So for my project, I wanted to specifically look at leadership in middle school. So basically, I just pulled a couple of quotes from a study that I looked at. And the first one is basically saying that leadership skills are very important to learn because they overall just help build self-confidence and high self-esteem in middle school students specifically, which can help them be successful in the workforce, with a career, with their education, really anything that life has in store for them. The second quote focuses more on how leadership can increase student engagement in extracurricular activities. And basically, by participating in these activities, students are able to master certain skills, such as just being a good support for their peers, developing healthy connections with their peers, and also just being part of something larger in general. So a common example of that would be like maybe you're on a sports team. Let's say you play soccer and you have to work on a team of multiple different players that have different roles. Maybe you're the team captain. You have to know how all of those roles work together in order to be a successful team. So now to turn the focus to a specific activity that is shown to help promote leadership skills in middle school students. So Hay and colleagues conducted a study where they incorporated something called the ABLE program, which is an SEL program. So with this program, students were encouraged to engage in critical thinking surrounding problem solving and conflict resolution, and they participated in various activities to exercise these skills, during which they would talk about it together, journal, and then reflect further on it. So basically, the problem solving strategy that they administered is called IDCLAR, which stands for Identify the Problem, Define the Problem, List Potential Options, Consult Inner Feelings about Options, Adapt and Implement, and then Reflect. So overall, with this program and these activities, they found that there was a substantial growth in self-concept and problem-solving skills, which fall under leadership skills, as these are very important skills for leaders to have. So how can we take this strategy and implement it into the classroom? So I came up with this group conflict scenario resolution activity, and basically this focuses on developing the problem-solving skills of students by reflecting on and figuring out the best course of action to take in make-believe scenarios that could potentially occur in real life. So for this activity, you need scenario sheets, pencils, and paper. To prepare, you just need to find or create 3 simple scenarios where there is a conflict between 2 or more people. And I included an example of one below. And after that, you have to write the IDCLAR steps from that study that we talked about on the last slide on the board for students to use to help process the scenarios. So now what you're going to do is you're going to put students into groups of 3, and this is assuming that you have a class full of 12 students. So groups of 3, 4 students in each group. You give each group a different scenario, and you designate one student to be the group leader. The group leader is going to be in charge of leading the discussion surrounding the scenario, and taking notes on what each person says. So the students are going to get into their groups, read the scenario, discuss the solutions to it together, and specifically they're going to use that id-clar strategy to help them do this. Once the discussion is over, the group leaders are going to share the key points of the discussion with the entire class, and the whole class will reflect on it as a whole. And ideally this would take about 20 minutes. But overall, the main goal of this is just to let students practice their problem solving and critical thinking skills, which are important for being a leader, while also literally allowing someone to lead a group. And potentially this could switch off, like if it's done maybe every week, a different person can be the leader each week or every day, etc. So overall, how can administrators, teachers, students even support leadership in groups outside of the classroom? So my idea was to have a shout out wall somewhere in the school, or there could be multiple ones throughout the school, where students and teachers can shout out someone who they thought had strong leadership skills. And specifically, they can put certain traits that that person had, or a certain scenario that happened that they responded to, in order to shout them out in a very specific way, instead of just saying they were a great leader. Explain why. And hopefully this can inspire other students to want to grow their leadership skills as well and promote it overall, while also other students can see, oh, so-and-so did this and this made them a great leader. So that's something that maybe I can try to do the next school day. And then here are the sources that I used in my presentation. Thanks for listening and have a lovely morning, evening, or afternoon. Bye.